This World Cup qualifier picks edition of the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network is brought to you by Underdog. Underdog has a brand new offer for new customers. Play just $5 and get $50 in bonus funds when you sign up with the code PLGP. Welcome, everybody, to the Premier League Gambling Podcast on the Sports Gambling Podcast Network. My name is Malcolm Bamford, coming to you from Newcastle upon Tyne in the northeast of England. Today is Wednesday, September the 3rd, and we are here to handicap some World Cup qualifying action. Everyone loves the international break, absolutely, but look at Barry. Barry's doing handsprings for those who can't see him. Yeah, World Cup qualifiers globally. I've also got a full World Cup overview / update to talk you through. I said that to Barry a few minutes ago, and he just puffed his cheeks out and shook his head as if to say, please don't. But I'm going to. Barry, how are you? What's happening?
I mean, these shows are just fillers, really, Malcolm. Nobody listens to them.
You're right.
The numbers drop significantly when it's not a Premier League show. So, these filler episodes, I figure, should be about 30 minutes long. Turns out you've got a 30-minute World Cup preview to put us through.
I'm taking you through the fucking CONCACAF playoffs. So, yeah, you're right. You did say it. No one does listen to these shows. It's stark when we did the all-time low, I think, was the Champions League draw analysis, which we did do. But that bombed particularly hard. So anyway, but the problem is with people missing shows, Barry, is they're not going to find out what's going on in kickoff. That's the main problem. And as you well know, it's reached fever pitch currently. There are some people here, though, the absolute heartland of the Premier League Gambling Podcast have joined us in the chat. Callum was first in. Callum's also been in the MLB show for whatever reason earlier. He absolutely loves it, Baz. You're right to shake your head. Because me and Lundy didn't even want to be there tonight, but Callum was in there. Harry, Chelsea, how you doing? Danny Midler, we officially allowed to call him Danny the Mackham? Is that his new nickname?
I don't think he likes it. Don't think he likes it, Malcolm.
All right, he doesn't like it. Right, we'll leave that. There's Serial. Right, Serial, I'll pick a bone with you. Serial says, let's see if Mal's international picks are better than his Premier League ones. Now, why am I catching the strays when my 2 out of 10 was 100% better than Barry's 1 out of 10? I don't know why Serial's come for me there. Like, if you go for anyone, take a swing at Baz there, Serial.
I mean, you've just justified it because you've took the bait and you've.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
I would have just ignored it. That's why he didn't go for me.
Okay, want a Serial. Anyway, fuck the Cowboys, Serial. They get NFL underway tomorrow night with a 42-point loss against the Eagles. Joe Dollar, welcome. Fatty Maris up the palace, indeed. James Mafia is here as well. We had James in the MLB show the other night as well. It was nice to see James there. I'm slowly recovering, Barry, from that horrendous week to 10 days / entire month of August / entire transfer window. It was fucking horrible. It's been, bullshit couple of weeks, really, from everything. The picks were shite. The Isaac thing was shite. Newcastle was shite. It was just all shite. The football was shite. The VAR was shite. So much so I launched my laptop on the floor the other day. I watched that back. It was quite funny. It's a good job I had some shorts on, Baz, because my entire cock and balls would have been on show for a small amount of time.
Is it a common occurrence that you do sit without shorts on?
Not common, but on a warm night, Barry, you never know. I might go al fresco beneath the desk. So I enjoyed that. But yeah, back to normal, kind of. The kids have gone back to school, Baz. There was a chill in the air this morning. First autumn / wintry winter day. And I did enjoy looking at the World Cup stuff. We all know, I mean, this is where we started, Barry, with the last World Cup. I enjoy looking at international tournaments to get me excited. I like watching all the weird and wonderful teams. So I'm going to take you through a little bit of what's going on. Briefly, Anything new happening your end, Baz?
No, like you, obviously last week was shite. But to be honest, I'm just glad the whole saga's over now. I was quite relieved to see the back of Alexander Isak. I think Newcastle overall have done good business in the transfer window. And at least we can just get on with it now. Put all that behind us. Things will still wind me up at certain points. But fuck them, you know what I mean? Like, who cares? Just people just need to let it go, don't they?
Yeah,
and, you know, we can all keep our fingers crossed that some Slovenian goes and breaks his leg this week.
I was hoping he was going to be playing Fabian Schär this week because they're in the same group as Switzerland. It was the first thing I looked at. I thought, fucking Fab will leave one on him. But they're not. They're playing Slovenia and somebody else that isn't Switzerland. Someone will get him. What else was I going to say? Yeah, football season starts this weekend, Barry, for Bob. I don't know if are you back at it as well?
Yeah, it'll be back to the full routine. We'll have Chloe refereeing all day Saturday. She's then refereeing Sunday morning and playing Sunday afternoon.
Wow.
And Sophie's playing Sunday afternoon. So she's Chloe's had 2 months with no refereeing gigs, so she's desperate to start getting the money in. So she's got 3 games lined up this weekend.
What have you been doing on Twitter, Barry? Because the chat is full of. Have you taken some bait or have you laid a trap or something? What have you done?
I just told some journalist he was being a dick. It was Newcastle's Champions League squad. The Champions League squad has been announced, the 25. And then he put a line in about Lewis Hall and Miley make the B list.
Yeah.
Which basically just means they're part of the squad.
Yes.
But he deliberately put that because he knew people would read that as in they haven't made the squad.
Yeah.
So I just told him he was being a clickbait fucking knobhead. And the journalist got back to me and said, I'm just quoting facts and all that stuff. But all of the comments underneath are like, why have we left Lewis Hall and Miley out?
Yeah, exactly. Misleading.
Like, I said, just look at the comments and see, do you think you could have explained it better? But he didn't want to. He obviously wanted interactions, and I gave him that at the end of the day. So
you did, Barry.
1-0 to him.
Yeah, he's done you in. Very much 1-0 to him. Yeah, I've got Bob's on the same team now, Saturday and Sunday, and we get one night back. There's one fewer training session. And holy shit, that's like gold. So it's a Wednesday night now we've got back. And the two of us are absolutely bouncing around. And just having that one, because he plays Saturday, Sunday, trains Tuesday. What was Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday? Then we play for the county on a Friday. So we had one night off a week, which is now 2 nights. It's absolute gold, just that extra night. So yeah, Saturday morning.
As you know, Malcolm, my volunteering spans many parts of the football club. So I've spent most of this week sorting out fees and making sure everyone's direct debits are set up. Last week I was marking pitches. Tomorrow night I'm shoveling sand into cracks in the pitches because we haven't had any rain for 6 months. So the pitches are a right mess. So I've got pitch maintenance tomorrow. And then I'll be watching Chloe referee Saturday, coaching Sunday. It's just non-stop. It's ridiculous.
Absolutely non-stop. What a guy, Baz. I've got a casino in Goole on Saturday night. I don't even know where Goole is. Have you got any idea where Goole is?
I know where Goole is. Not far from Callum. It's on the road out to Hull. The
M62. Far away?
Yeah, it's about 20 mile outside of Hull. So down the A1, cross the M62, and you're in.
Right. Well, that's really pissed me off. I've got a commentary on Monday, Baz. I've got Kazakhstan under 21. They are playing England, though. Don't take the piss. Kazakhstan v England. I think that's on Monday afternoon. I'm not sure who's carrying it live. Score, foot mob, something like that. So you want to listen to that silliness, by all means. And I'm going to shout out Carmine. I don't know if you know Carmine. Carmine Fortini used to work at Euromarket, and he got in touch this week. Said I didn't even know he was a football fan. He just said, I listened to episode 303. How can I join the Fantasy League? Which is why I asked you for the Fantasy League code, if you remember. So if you're listening to 304 Carmine, Carmine is one of my all-time favourite people. What a character Carmine was. Callum's going to pop down on Saturday night. Cal, come and have a pint. It's at a posh boozer. I'll tell you where it is later on. Let me tell you about our fancy new sponsor here, Metaspins Sports, your destination for crypto sports betting. Sign up today, get a 100% risk-free bet, plus you'll receive a $25 bonus on your first deposit. Get started today at metaspins.com/sports. That's metaspins.com/sports. The football stuff's really, really good. So, yeah, go and get involved in Metaspins. Sign up. Give us a hand, making us look good in front of the bosses. So, Barry, are you ready for your World Cup 2026 overview / update. I had a little look around. So, because the main draw, Barry, the group draw is at the start of December. It's all catching up really, really quickly. So we're only a couple of months away from the draw.
Strange,
Not everything will be.
Half of these teams are like 3 or 4 games into their qualifying campaign, and some of them haven't played a single game yet.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get to that, Barry. Don't you worry, Alex. But you see, already, this is good. I'm going to answer these questions, Barry, that you're thinking. So I'll take questions at the end. So yeah, the draws, 48 team are in it. So the draws the start of December. There will be a few playoffs left to play, so we won't know all the teams. But qualified so far, we've got the 3 hosts, obviously USA, Mexico, Canada. That means that that North American qualifying, there's not much room for anybody else because they don't get that many slots anyway because they're all shite. And 3 of them have been given away to the 3 hosts. So Costa Rica looking lively in there. But Curacao, they've got a chance. Baz, Curacao alive in that section. And I was looking for the dog shit teams. I like seeing like the Lost City of Atlantis and Krakatoa west of Java. I like seeing all those sort of teams. So Curacao have got a chance. Argentina, Brazil, and Ecuador are all through from South America. New Zealand are through because they've got no opposition to play against whatsoever. And then from Asia, we've got 6 through already. Iran, Uzbekistan, Jordan, South Korea, Japan, and Australia. So there's a few more playoffs and a few more qualifiers to go. And that leaves really Europe and Africa, which is where we're going to take our picks from this week. They're the main regions left to ramp up properly. There's 6 groups of 5 and 6 groups of 4 in Europe. So the 5s have already started, Baz, and the 4s haven't. They got the extra match to in to make up for those fixtures, which is why that's happened. Outright, Barry, interested in Spain at 5-1 favourites. Brazil 13-2 plus 650, same price as France. England are 4th and it's 7-1. Argentina 8, Germany 10s. Any strong lead so far for an outright, Baz?
Bit early for all that, isn't it?
Bit early for all that.
We'll cover that sometime around next June.
Joe Dollar wants Trinidad and Tobago. I'll see if I can price.
I just realised actually I'm going to be in Egypt during the whole of the latter stages of the World Cup.
Oh yeah.
So are Egypt going to qualify?
Yeah.
Oh, I'll be all over that. I'll be wearing my Egypt shirt everywhere I go.
Yeah, in Africa, the main teams, like I say, I was looking a little bit for the weird and wonderful teams, but it's the main boys that you're familiar with are like home and host, really. Egypt are well clear in their group. Senegal should get there this week. South Africa look home and host. Cameroon in a bit of a battle with Cape Verde, but Morocco are there. Algeria look home and host as well. So there's a few playoff spots up for grabs. Tunisia are going to qualify, a bit boring. Ghana, who've gone through the mill recently. Ghana haven't been in great form, but Ghana are going to qualify as well. But we'll start in Europe as, like I say, the 6 groups of 5 have kicked off, and the 6 groups of 4 start in this window. Fefweb's joined us. Fefweb's put out the Raji pick here. What's he got? £180 to 1. 180 to 1 for tomorrow. Okay, so I'm not reading all that out. I'm happy for you though, Fef. I'll put it on the screen. Let the other people try and work that out if they want. Now, we haven't discussed what we've picked, Barry. Unfortunately, though, I think we've got this first game. We both got this first game, and we might be on opposite sides of it, which is an absolute waste of everyone's time, because my first play is on Thursday night at 7:45, and it's Luxembourg against Northern Ireland. Luxembourg are 11-4, plus 275. The draw 9-5 plus 180, and Northern Ireland are 5-4 plus 125. And I couldn't get on side with Northern Ireland earlier. I couldn't have them as a away favourite. That was the issue, and I think reading between the lines, that's where you're going to go. They've got a few little decent bits of form, but every positive result and the goals they score all come at Windsor Park. They all come at home. Away, they've lost in Bulgaria. They had a 0-0 in Belarus. They got humped 5-1 against Sweden. Lost 2-1 against Denmark. And they drew 2-2 here in Luxembourg in the Nations League last November. Now, I know Luxembourg aren't at the level of Sweden, Denmark, etc. But Luxembourg, they don't win much, but they're very hard to beat at home. They did beat Sweden 1-0. Recently, they've got a 0-0 with the Republic of Ireland. I think they're too short on the double chance because I do think they can avoid a defeat. So we might just have to settle for the push here. But I can't see Northern Ireland winning, Baz. I know you're going to make their case here, so leaving it up to the people. But I've got Luxembourg draw no bet at 6-4 plus 150, Baz.
Yeah, I mean, Luxembourg just don't win enough. They've won 1 in the last 12. And there is some recent form between these two to consider because they've played each other twice in the Nations League. Ireland won 2-0 at home. And yes, they didn't beat Luxembourg away, but they did take a 2-2 draw, threw it away from there, though. So it took a 2-0 lead there. And Northern Ireland, yeah, they're mediocre, but I just think they've got a bit more about them than Luxembourg. They've lost only 4 of their last 15 games. There are a lot of draws in there, but they've got plenty of wins against better opposition than Luxembourg. And it was the prices, really. And I haven't taken them to win. They're 5-4 to win this. But then what jumped out at me was the team total odds. 2-1 for Ireland to score 2 goals here. For Northern Ireland, I should say. It'll upset people, won't you, calling them Ireland. Northern Ireland to score 2 or more at 2-1. They've done it twice already against Luxembourg in the last 12 months. They've not been shut out by anyone in 7 games, so they're always getting on the score sheet. So I'd bank on them getting that one. And if they can go and get the second one, 2-1 just looks a decent price. Luxembourg have been decent enough defensively recently. I know that goes against me, but I just thought the 2-1 price looked too generous for me. So Northern Ireland to score 2 or more at 2-1 is going to be my pick. So Luxembourg can go and get 3 if they want. I can't see that happening. It's the only way we're going to both land a winner, though.
Yeah, we can land a winner. I say we could take the push. I looked at the over-unders on this. Some of these over-unders. I did have a proper good look at these games, by the way. I scoured the world. There's a couple of my picks later on you might think are fucking insane, but they're the best picks on the board. I did have a proper look. The under 2.5 goals here, Barry. Do you want to guess the price? Or did you look at it?
It's going to be about 1-2, is it?
It's 130 on. It's 3-10 minus 333.
As I say, the Luxembourg form's full of low-scoring games. But as I say, Northern Ireland have scored twice against them on 2 occasions in the last 12 months. So 2-1's given us, I think it's a fair price.
Okay.
I admire your confidence for these wild and wonderful picks you've got later on.
Mate, yeah, well, I've got one. I'm
Absolutely
so
oozing with confidence.
I've got my favourite pick of the season so far coming up in a little while, Barry. Like, I'll put myself out there. You know me, I'm normally quite demure, but I'm going to put myself out on a limb with this pick later on. It's like finding money in the street. Serial one, Belgium will not score more than 4 goals. They are away in Liechtenstein. Even money, that is serial, so their serial's bet of the week. Baz, do you want to lead us off? Go next.
Yeah, next one up for me. Have you got all the odds in front of you?
Oh, aye. I've got all the odds.
So I've got the Denmark v Scotland game next.
Okay.
Where are we? I think that's
Denmark
a Friday night.
Friday, 7:45, 2:45 Eastern time. Denmark are a little bit shorter than 1-2, 1.57. What's that? I'll get the odds. I'll get the odds converter up, Baz. Hang on.
It'll be 4-9 in it.
1.57. I just said, I put a fucking comma in. It says minus infinity. That's not correct. Minus 175, round about that for Denmark. The draw at 29-10 plus 290. Scotland all the way out at 5-1, Baz. Interesting price, that. Scotland been playing well. What you got?
Yeah, I mean, starting with Denmark, been in decent form lately. Narrowly lost in extra time in the Nations League playoffs against Portugal. But in terms of defeats inside 90 minutes, they've only lost 2 of their last 10 games, and both of those were against Spain. So no real shame in that. Against media opposition, the form's good enough for me to take them on here against Scotland. It's not necessarily where I've gone. Well, it isn't where I've gone. I don't know why I said not necessarily. I know exactly where I've gone, and it's not there. Scotland, I don't like opposing Scotland because they've always got this capability of pulling out a result as underdogs in games like this. And away from home, they've just won 3 in a row, including wins over Greece and Poland, which are reasonable sort of opposition. before that, they lost 3 in a row against better opposition. They lost to Croatia, Portugal, and Germany, 3 on the bounce away from home. But what stood out for me is they scored in all 3 of those defeats. So regardless of the outcome here, I think Scotland can be taken for a goal. 7 in a row they've scored away from home. Both teams to score is the pick I like here. It's around about even money. So Denmark v Scotland, both teams to score at evens.
I don't mind you factoring Scotland in at all, Baz. There's worse 5-1 shots on the board.
Yeah, I agree.
Scotland in that one.
As I say, they do have a tendency occasionally to pull something out of the bag. And as I say, the record away from home recently is what steered me away from Denmark and wanting to factor them in.
We're going to go back to the Friday night for my pick here, which is in the 7:45 game between Netherlands and Poland. Netherlands are 1-4 minus 400, 17-4 plus 475 the draw, and Poland are out at 11-1. The angle that stands out here is Dutch goals, Netherlands goals. They lost the Nations League final to Spain on penalties in March, but the 2 games finished 3-3 and 2-2. At home in the past year, they've put 2 past Germany, 4 past Hungary, 5 past Bosnia, 8 past Malta. The Polish form is kind of somewhere in that Hungary-Bosnia kind of line. Those 2 teams having conceded 4 and 5 against the Dutch. They're quite good at beating bad teams, Poland, but against decent opponents in the last year. Scotland scored 2 past them, Baz. That's your team. Croatia put 3 past them. They played Portugal twice, conceded 5 and 3. And the Dutch have got a ton of good striking options at the moment. Depay, Simmons, Gakpo, Reinders, loads of goals in them. So I'm going to take the Netherlands team total over 2.5. Is 4-5 minus 125, Baz.
Yeah, I like that one. I'm back on Friday action. I think Montenegro v Croatia is my next one.
Montenegro v Croatia is on Saturday.
Sorry, it's
Czechia.
Czech Republic. Sorry, Czechia or Czech Republic.
Yeah. 7:45 bars. Montenegro 17-4 plus 425. 13-5 plus 260. The draw. Czechia 7-10 minus 142.
I know you always call them Czechia, and I call them the Czech Republic. I don't know which of us is right.
Well, it says Czechia now on Bet365. I'll just see what it says for Turkey. Are they Turkey or are they Turkey? They are Turkey with a, I don't know, that fucking umlaut thing in the I-Y-E. That's a
nobody mentioned them.
So
stop confusing matters. Anyway, Czechs currently top in the group, 9 points from 4 games. Heavy defeat to Croatia last time out is the only blemish on their record. Croatia, though, Czechs are sitting second despite their loss to Croatia. And so main challengers for the top spot in this group. Montenegro are sitting back in third by virtue of their 2 wins. But 2 wins came over the Faroe Islands and Gibraltar. I just think they're a decent way back from Czechia and far enough off them to think home advantage isn't going to make much of a difference. They faced each other already, and the Czechs ran out 2-0 winners in the reverse fixture. Before, as I say, they got beat heavily off Croatia. I think it was 5-1. Before that, though, they were unbeaten in 8, and they'd won 6 of the last 8, Czech Republic. And I just think they're an all right price to stick in here, but probably one for your hackers. But Czechs are going to win 7-10. Czech to beat Montenegro.
Okay. You mentioned the Faroe Islands there, Baz. Earlier in the week, I was looking into the Great Auk. Reportedly extinct, the Great Auk. So I was looking into whether or not the Great Auk was in fact extinct. And I think it is. So there you go. Wildlife news. Didn't expect that, did you, Baz? Update there on the wild auk. Right. Let's read some of this shite out. Hang on. You can't see that. These people pay money. What are we doing? MyBookie.ag, your place to bet on football and everything else. The prop builder is second to none. Their motto is, this is good, bet on anything. Anywhere, anytime. Hashtag DGens only. Crypto payouts are really good. Head to MyBookie.ag. Promo code PLGP for a 100% bet back bonus up to $500 for new customers. That's mybookie.ag. Promo code PLGP. And Rhythm is back for the NFL. NFL starts tomorrow night. That's exciting. Rhythm was really good last year. 10-5 on the Baker Mayfield props, but they also have MLB, WNBA, golf, college football over there too. And get your 7-day free trial at sportsgamblingpodcast.com/RITHMM. Barry, do you have anything left in Europe? Okay, do you want to do that then? Because I've got 4 games globally now. Do we need to balance this out? Any suggestions?
I'm just going to get my European one out of the way, and then you can fire into your excursion around the world.
Okay,
I haven't got any global stuff. That's your ballpark, isn't it?
I am the global football expert. You're right.
Anyway, my next one is Latvia v Serbia, which I think may be a Saturday night. Have you got the prices up there?
It's on Saturday afternoon, Barry, 2 p.m. So 9 a.m. Eastern time. Don't miss this one. Latvia are 17-2 plus 850, 4-1 the draw, 3-10 on Serbia minus 300. Bad.
Yeah, so Serbia currently sitting third in the group that includes England. They're behind Albania at the moment. England top in the group, but they have played 2 games less than Albania, so they'll definitely think they've got a chance of finishing at least runners up in this one. 1 win, 1 draw so far. No goals conceded for Serbia. And Latvia sit back in 4th. They've played an extra game, though. They've played 3 games. They beat Andorra, as you would expect, drew with Albania, and then they were well beaten 3-0 by England. So no massive surprises in any of the Latvia form so far. But they've only scored twice in their 3 games, and they've been shut out 3 times in the last 6, Latvia. They've only scored 3 goals in those last 6 games. And I just think that shortage of goals is what pushes me to Serbia. I think Serbia will be strong enough defensively to see them off. Serbia have conceded only once in their last 5. So they've kept 4 clean sheets in the last 5 games. Now coming up against a goal-shy Latvia. I think, and look, those clean sheets as well have come against some half-decent sides, Denmark and Austria, in there. I like Serbia to win here, but I'm going to take them to win to 0. I don't think Latvia can score here. Serbia will nick it 1-0 or 2-0. So the pick is going to be Latvia v Serbia. Serbia to win to 0 at evens.
Okay, nice one. Barry, we'll head off. I'm going to go to Africa, Baz. I've got my Morocco shirt on here, so we'll head to Africa. And you're going to laugh at this. This is the bet of the week, Barry. This first one. It's a bet of the season, in fact. Confident player advised. We're going to go to Group I in Africa. This game is 5 o'clock on Thursday. So 5 o'clock tomorrow. So be quick, people. And it's going to be it's Madagascar against the Central African Republic. Madagascar.
Malcolm, just to be clear, you say 5 o'clock tomorrow. By the time most people listen to this, it'll be 5 o'clock today. So
5 o'clock on Thursday. All right.
People are going to have to get a wriggle on, aren't
they? Madagascar 11-10 plus 110, 2-1 the draw, 23-10 plus 230. The Central African Republic. Madagascar are in 3rd place in this group, Baz, and they've still got a big chance of pipping Comoros to a playoff spot. And they're in excellent form. They're the only team that have given Ghana any trouble in this group, which you kind of expect. Ghana have given them a bit of bother. That's fair enough. They've beaten Chad. They've won at home to Comoros, who were their nearest rivals. And that's excellent form. Crucially, though, they won 4-1 away at Central African Republic earlier in this campaign. Actually played in neutral venue because Central African Republic's fucked. So this was played in Morocco, as it happens. It's a head-scratching price. You're getting the team you get the better team in way better form with a recent 4-1 thumping away from home. Madagascar 11-10, Baz. Like finding money in the streets. Recommend it highly enough. Will you be getting involved, Barry?
I mean, you've made a compelling case for it. You messaged me before this to say you'd found the pick of the season so far.
I challenged you to go and find it.
If I can find it. What made you think I was possibly going to find a pick?
Because anyone with half an eye scans this card, Madagascar just leaps off the page and throttles you like, bet me, you fucker, like that.
You should have known I
there
wasn't
you
going
go.
delving into the African markets.
King Julian up top is a good pick. Danny knows. Danny Midler. Danny the Geordie knows exactly what's going on. Callum's struggling to take Madagascar seriously. Listen, 11 to 10 winner is an 11 to 10 winner. Next one, if you thought that was weird, it's going to send you even further off the charts. What day is this going on? This is 5 o'clock on Friday. By the way, all of these games, these African qualifiers, are being streamed on FIFA Plus. So if you want to watch this, I know we'll all be glued tomorrow now. FIFA Plus at 5 o'clock for that Madagascar game. We're going to go to Uganda against Mozambique. Uganda are not on the page. Where have they gone? Oh, there they are. 21 to 20 Uganda. Shade of odds against plus 105. 15 to 8 the draw plus 187. And Mozambique are 3 to 1. Another big game. Uganda sitting in fourth on 9 points. Mozambique holds second place on 12 points here. And I think 3 to 1 for Mozambique is too big. Uganda have lost the last two. They lost 3-1 in Mozambique, so we get a direct form line. They lost 2-1 against Algeria. And they're really struggling for goals against opposition they should be beaten. Somalia 1-0, Botswana 1-0. Solid form from Mozambique. They beat Guinea-Bissau 2-1 last time out. And they're really, really hard to beat. The better form line than Uganda, if you go straight through Botswana. Draws against Ghana and South Africa, who are two of these premium teams that are coming out of Africa this time round. So I just think Mozambique are too big at 3 to 1, Barry. Strong thoughts on Mozambique?
No strong thoughts. I prefer your Madagascar pick.
Prefers the Madagascar pick, everybody. Next up, though, Barry, have you got any more picks?
No, I'm done. I checked out. Checked out.
All right, we're going to head to South America then, people, in a minute. But not until, Barry. It's time for kickoff is all the way back. I had Richard Osman on the phone earlier on, Baz. Wanted to take this format, kickoff, and put it Saturday prime time, BBC, 6 p.m. Celebrity kickoff, Barry. He wanted to play. 8 people. Do you want to know who the 8 people were? It was Gemma Collins, the GC. She's in it. Chris Eubank, Warwick Davis, that little fella. Do you remember that woman who put the cat in the wheelie bin?
Yeah.
Yeah, her. She's in it. Radzi from Blue Peter, he's in it. We like him. Phil Tufnell, character. Sonia off EastEnders in H from Steps. So he pitched me that, but I said, it's a possibility, Richard, but not until me and Barry have finished. We left it. Oh, Andy's turned up just in time. Andy can sniff out a card being played at kickoff from round about 6 miles away where he lives up here. We left it. I tried to be a bit of a smart ass because my cards were shit, and I tried to run the clock down in the corner of the pitch. And it didn't work because Barry stuck a shot in from Alessandro Albino. Shot on target from Barry. I think that's a 6 shot on target. I've got news for you, Barry. I do not have a goalkeeper. I do not have a corner. It's fucking 1-0, Barry. If it's 1-0, you've got it slotted. And I've even made a little ticker. Look at this. 1-0, Barry. How do you feel about that?
Get
Do
in.
some celebrations. Cole Palmer and that.
Get in.
Is that it? Get in.
Yes, I mean, you're not going to come back from that, is it? It doesn't seem very easy to score goals in this game. I feel like 1-0 up is pretty much game over.
Unbelievable scene. So that's all tonight, and I'm not gonna kick off. That just finished my week off. You know when I went on a rant about how shit my weekend was, and then you played that card in. I knew you'd scored, but I couldn't say you'd scored for the drama. So having ranted and raved about me hating everything, the Alessandro Albino pings one from an angle at 25 yards, and it's 1-0. I've round about 21 minutes gone, I would say. And it's Barry 1, Malcolm 0. Frankly, a deserved lead, Barry. I mean, I can't complain. It's been all you, hasn't it, from the minute? I mean, we're barely 2 months into the game, and you've gone 1-0 up, Baz. So, yeah, congratulations, Alessandro Albino. Put 1-0 in. The comment, everyone is absolutely buzzing about that. There's no VAR, unfortunately, Andy won. So, yes, well done, Barry. Congratulations to you. And we can go to South America. South America's tricky because 6 teams look certain to qualify. They've got 6 automatic spots, and the 6 teams have cleared away. They've got the 3 that have already qualified, who are Argentina, Brazil, and Ecuador. And then the 3 in behind them, Paraguay, Uruguay, and Colombia. There's no one really going to chase them home either. The playoff spots is where it's at. That is Venezuela and who's the other one? Bolivia. Venezuela and Bolivia right next to each other. But they've got really tricky games this week away in Argentina and Colombia. So I found it easier, Barry, to concentrate. There's 2 teams that are completely tailed off in this section. Both face tricky away games. The 2 teams that have struggled most are Peru and Chile. So that's where I've gone to here. And it was just how could I fade both of these teams? So the first game is Peru are in Uruguay at midnight on Friday. So that's through the night, Thursday, Friday, I don't know, time zones. Uruguay is short, 3-1 on, 4-1 the draw, Peru and 9-1. And Uruguay have done all their winning at home. Uruguay beat Brazil 2-0, beat Bolivia 3-0, beat Venezuela 2-0, beat Colombia 3-2. They also won 2-0 in Argentina. So really good form from Uruguay. They score goals and they can defend. But Peru have been absolutely dog shit. They played 7 away games in this qualifying section. They haven't scored a goal, but 7 away games. Uruguay can hold them at arm's length here. So a little bet builder is Uruguay to win 2-0 at 4-5, minus 125. I just slightly prefer that to the Uruguay on the handicap. Uruguay on the handicap was evens, but I just left the 1-0 in play. So Uruguay to win 2-0 in that one. The other team that have struggled mightily are Chile. Chile are away in Brazil. Brazil 1-5 favourites, appreciably short. Draw 5-1, Chile at 12-1. Chile at bottom of the table, actually. 2 wins in 16. They've only beaten Peru. They haven't beaten anyone else in this section. The goal difference is minus 15. Comparison games, lost 4-0 in Argentina, 2-0 in Bolivia, 3-0 in Argentina. I've written down again. That's not possible. 3-0 in Venezuela. Now, Brazil haven't been great. I'll give you that. They've only won 7 of 16. But, again, it's a comparison. They beat the other strugglers, Peru, at home 4-0. I looked at João Pedro to get a goal because he's in good form. He's only even money to score, João Pedro. But if you want to put that in a bet builder, I think that's fine. I like Brazil half-time, full-time, but it's short. 7-10, minus 142. That's the same price as the handicap, which I liked. And the price for Brazil to win 2-0 was short. So the best value pick was Brazil to score in both halves here at 9-10, minus 111. That's my play in that one. South America done. Baz, any opinions?
Not really. Don't know what you want me to add. You've covered it all. Well done for globetrotting everywhere. You've done a service to the podcast. Well done.
Yeah, and we need some winners and all. Because
I mean, I hope you get some winners. I'm less worried about mine. I just think you've put a lot of effort in. You've put a hell of a lot of effort in, and you deserve some.
I have put a hell of a Well, that's my middle name. That's what people say about me, Baz. You see that, Malcolm Bamford? He puts a hell of a lot of effort in. I hear people like whisper it when I walk past in the pub and stuff like that. I tell you what, you want to see the effort he puts in. That's the sort of thing I overhear people saying a lot. Barry basking in the glory of his Alessandro Albino goal. I have got nothing else to add to this absolute nonsense, Barry. Have you got anything you want to tell the people?
I mean, first of all, it's Albarino because it's an Italian grape. It's named after
Albarino, is it?
It's named after an Italian wine, but never mind.
I'll change the team sheet. Yeah.
Nothing more to add. I don't think I've got much going on. I'll be anxiously waiting in the morning to see if I've got a ticket for Barcelona. I am in the ballot.
Oh, yes.
So what chance I've got, who knows? Probably about a 1 in 10 chance of getting a ticket for Barcelona at St. James's Park. So I'll find that out tomorrow. And also anxiously waiting for my next delivery of my underwear subscription. So
yes.
new pair of bamboo boxers arriving this week, which is always exciting.
Well, don't go off too soon about that, Baz, because we've got to do another lot of this bullshit before we can get back to Premier League action. So that night we play Barcelona, I've been given, after the game, a 1:30 a.m. kickoff between Flamengo and Estudiantes in the Copa Libertadores quarter-final. So should Newcastle hammer Barcelona, I'm going to be well full of lager when I'm trying to do that commentary at 1:30 in the morning. So that could be my first adventure.
If I do get tickets, I'm going to have a bit of an effort, actually, because I'm in Liverpool that week with work. I'm Liverpool Monday to Thursday. So I'll basically be finishing at Liverpool at midday and then travelling up to Newcastle if I get a ticket. I'm in Liverpool.
When do you find out tomorrow?
Yeah, I should find out by 11 o'clock. I'm in Liverpool the night Liverpool are playing home to Atletico Madrid. So Liverpool's going to be a horrible place to be then, isn't it? It'll just be full of tourists, won't it? It'll just be full of like Scandinavians, Irish, Welsh. Yeah. The other day, they interviewed a load of people outside Anfield the day the Isak thing happened. And they interviewed 6 different people outside Anfield. There wasn't a Scouser amongst them. Not a single one. And you know what it is? I can't stand Liverpool and Liverpool fans, but it's social media. And I think there's actually no Scousers on there. I think if I spoke to some Scouse Liverpool fans,
Callum will get Callum on.
I'd be happy. He's not a Scouser. He's from Hull.
Leave him alone.
Orton on Humber. So yeah, I think maybe Scouse Liverpool fans are okay, but the ones on Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it, not for me. That
I know one Scouse Liverpool fan, and he's absolutely sound.
Well, funnily enough, I've got a friend who works in Liverpool who I'll catch up with when I go down there. I'm going to message him to see if he wants to watch that game together, and he's sound as well. So just shows you this is a
little bit of balance there, Barry. Balance and fairness. Right, okay then. Well, we'll probably have to come back and do this on Sunday or Monday evening. More internationals in the week before we get back to a proper pick show next Wednesday or Thursday. So keep your eyes peeled for the schedule. Don't forget the time zones, because there's all sorts of shit. Don't miss Madagascar tomorrow. FIFA Plus. We'll have a live watch along from 5 p.m. Madagascar to beat the Central African Republic. Thanks, Baz. Thanks, everyone in the chat who endured all of that silliness. Good luck with your picks. We'll see you all down the road. Cheers.